Hey, let's get nerdy. I am the huge one, Dave Koco. He's James Legend from Brawl USA. This is a podcast where we talk pro wrestling and whatever we want. Just a bunch of old nerds that used to do radio, television, trying to get back into the podcast game. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell all your friends. Every single one of them. Even like the friends that are like, I don't know what YouTube is. Tell them. Tell them now. Today is a super show. We originally weren't planning a super show.
Don't know what YouTube is?
I like to believe that. I like to believe it.
Because like my dad's like 70 and knows what YouTube is. My dad's afraid of computers, but he knows what YouTube is.
Well, you know, he saw what computers did to me and you. They're like, I saw what the computer did to my sons. I don't want to see it do it to anyone else ever again.
He assumes that's why I'm in a wheelchair.
Because you used a computer.
Like, I literally think if you put a gun to my father's head, he would, and we're like, turn that computer on. He'd be like, well, I'm 70 years old. I've had a good life. Yeah. I don't even think you could turn one on.
All I remember is like, a lot of people don't know this about me, and I had to work really hard at it. Like, this is one of those James Legend secrets, but his dad took it to fucking complete. Most people like back the fuck off. Not your dad. Your dad busted my balls for fucking years. But James knows this. I work hard on it. I don't like people touching me. Like, I really don't. And considering that I used to be in radio and television and pro wrestling.
Wait, are you coming out of the closet and saying my father touched you?
Yes. No, because one day your father came up and like he's giving me the old, hey, fucking son, what's up? Pat on the back. And I like fucking was really uncomfortable. And he's like, what the fuck is this? And James goes, oh, yeah, a lot of people don't know this about Dave. He doesn't like to be touched. You know, I have a policy where you're like, hey, I only like to – oh, by the way, this is really nerdy. So fucking if you're like looking for an expert analyst, there's Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer. but fucking like he came up to me and touched me and I like fucking kind of flipped the fuck out. And James is like, oh, yeah, Dad, Dave just doesn't like to be touched. I was like, that's not true. Unless we're going to fuck or fight, then it's okay. First off, that's real. That's okay when you're talking to a chick. Really odd when you're talking to an old man. I'm like, dude, I like being touched.
My dad will take that as a challenge.
Yeah, dude.
And to be fair, he doesn't like to fight.
Yeah. So what you call your dad? Like most people are like, okay, I'm just gonna leave this fucking psychopath alone. Not your dad. Your dad every day is like, oh, he doesn't like to be touched.
Yeah. No, my dad is weird. Like he's like a funny old man. Like he just doesn't care, and he just doesn't care at all. Like I'll never like he likes to fuck with people. Like a friend of mine who used to come over a lot when I lived with my parents, he used to just fuck with my friend all the time. And one time, my friend went to the bathroom and was taking a piss. And when he was done taking a piss, my dad jumped out of the shower.
Yeah.
Like my dad like committed. Like he was like he heard my friend be like, "Oh, I got to take a piss." And my dad like ran and went into the bathroom, hid in the shower, waited for my friend to fucking finish pissing and then jumped out of the shower to scare him.
And anyone that's in the comments like, "Is this an NXT review?" I completely agree. There's better ones out there.
Oh, for sure.
All right, let's break down NXT. Let's break down Backlash. We were supposed to do this forever ago. Like, dude, real life really gets in the way.
Yeah.
I have to go out of my way to be focused on being nerdy. That's my goal. Like, I go to the gym every day and I write every day, but I'm really lacking on a nerd factor. You know what I mean? So, step 1, cut out drinking. Step 2, cut out women. Step 3, podcast more. I think that leads to a successful life.
I think so. I mean, yeah.
All right, let's break down WWE NXT. Someone timestamp that for the fucking super nerds don't want to fucking hear us talk about stupid shit outside of wrestling. WWE NXT, fucking better than Backlash. I fucking loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's one of those things. I stopped watching wrestling for a long time. Came back recently. And I'm just like, why the fuck am I getting back into this? You know what I mean? Like, what a fucking waste of goddamn time. You know, that's how I feel on Monday Night Raws. And there was good stuff about Backlash, but just NXT is fucking perfect. It just reminds me. It reminds me of a really good indie, not the best indie, but it reminds me of a really good indie with all the best stuff that WWE has to offer. It's like in Hawaii, they always have a saying. In Hawaii, they say it's the best of Japan and the best of America because there's a lot of Japanese culture and a lot of Japanese people in Hawaii. So they say it's the best of both cultures. I think NXT is the best of WWE and the best of the indies combined. Like, what's good about the indies and what's good about WWE, like, in one spot.
Right, because the wrestling's really good. The production's really good.
Yeah,
and I don't give a shit what anybody says. Production matters. I love when people are like, oh, it's not about production. I like the dirty, gritty stuff. No, you don't.
It depends. Like, if you hide it well, that's great. Because, like, it reminds me of ECW. And ECW, like, but the thing is, technology's got so much better. You know what I mean? And, yeah, because I don't even consider this, like, a real TV thing or a TV experience, watching experience. I just see it as audio. Like, sometimes you see my fucking dumbass, ugly ass. But, yeah, I don't know. It does matter. No, it does matter to me, though.
I don't believe people when they say production doesn't matter.
I think lighting matters. Lighting matters to me. Like,
lighting matters. Lighting, commentary, and
I can watch without commentary, but that's because I lived in Japan and Mexico. Commentary is important. I'm not gonna lie, but I'd rather have no. When we ran Combat TV, you know this about me. I'd rather have no commentary than bad commentary. If it's good commentary, then yeah.
But
I think
aesthetics.
Lighting is the most important.
Watching it and being live are two different things. When you walk into a building, you want the building to be an arena. You want the building to match the product. You want things to show, oh, this is for this event. So it's an aesthetic thing. And I'm working on that with Brawl because I'm a graphic artist and I'm a video editor. And you know what I mean? So I have the option to make things look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just it's a money issue.
Yeah, well, of course.
NXT has the money.
Yeah.
Because if you go to an NXT live event, it's obviously not Full Sail, but they go out of their way with backdrops and banners and stuff like that to make it NXT. You know what I mean? If you walk into that venue and you know it's an NXT show.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, lighting is really important to me because, you can have a great product, and if the lighting sucks, I'm talking to you, New Japan, not all the time, but sometimes, if the lighting sucks, I refuse to watch it. I'm like, I'll just read the results. You know, there was a couple, I think, G1, last year or the year before, where there was just, a spotlight in your face and you couldn't see anything. I'm like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, wrestling, I don't care what anybody says. Wrestling is an aesthetic thing.
Well, I think lighting is very important, but here's the thing about graphics. If your graphics are amazing, if I've never seen your product, it will make me last longer. If I go on and I'm like, oh man, because a lot of times there's we talked about this off the air. There's so much content on YouTube that you literally only have a couple seconds, maybe a couple seconds, maybe a couple minutes to grab their attention, and I will give your product more time or more of my time if I've never seen it before. If I trust you, I'm going to watch it. But I've never seen it before, graphics will keep me going. Graphics and lighting. And you can have the best product in the world. If your lighting is shit.
And that's why I think I put so much extra time into my graphics.
Yeah.
I always try to make things match, and I always try to make things stand out. Yeah.
So we'll check out brawlusa.com. But yeah. Well, we always ask win, loss, or tie. At least we used to. I give NXT a win. I mean, it wasn't a perfect, but it was definitely a win. It was.
I would say win.
You know, there's some things I'll nitpick about it, but overall, when I watched this show, I didn't want to fast forward anything, and that's not the case at Backlash. I fast forward a lot on Backlash, so get ready for a fast forward review. I didn't fast forward anything. And I enjoyed it, and that's all you can really ask out of a pro wrestling event. You know what I mean? And some people don't like NXT. I completely understand. There's better products out there, but I don't think there's a better product out there that has the best of WWE and the best of the Indies. You know what I mean? I don't think there's a better product than that. And
a lot of people get into NXT because it's not their heyday. You know what I mean? Like in their heyday when they had like Balor and all those, you know, the guys that got called up.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that was perfect, and now it's not.
I just disagree with that.
What do you expect, though? What do you expect when you're picked of top talent?
Yeah.
You need time to build new talent. Like, doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely does.
And like WWE fans just don't, NXT and WWE fans, wrestling fans in general, don't understand that. Like, I don't understand how you can't comprehend that. Like, if you're picked clean of all your main event guys.
Well, know what it is? I think people that are complaining about that are newer fans. Because, like, if you grew up being an ECW fan, you just got immune to it. If you're a Tampa Bay Rays fan, you're immune to it. Like, wow, all our great players are going to play for the Yankees in Boston in 3-4 years. So I guess it just depends. I know this is going to sound mean. If you're a younger front-runner fan, I can see that complaint. But if you're like a fan of a small market team, or if you're a fan of ECW, you just shrug and you're used to it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the best product without money is gonna get cherry picked.
I mean,
you know
think about it. How many times has a player left the Bucks and then went on to win the Super Bowl like in a year or 2 years?
Don't even get me started on the Rays. You have no fucking idea. You have no idea how much I fucking cry myself to sleep thinking how great the Rays would be if we could just
keep somebody.
Anybody. Just like, anybody. Just anybody. We couldn't even keep the fucking Browns crew.
Even Trent Dilfer went on to win his fucking Super Bowl after he left.
I love Trent Dilfer. I hate it. Like, I hope John Cena's the Trent Dilfer of WWE, because I hated Trent Dilfer every day of his fucking life. And then he retired. And I was like, I kind of miss him. Same thing with Wayne Gretzky. I hated Wayne Gretzky until he retired. I was like, Superfan 99, fuck you, he's a pretty boy. No, fuck Wayne Gretzky, Claude Lemieux, Scott Stevens, those are fucking hockey players. And then he retires. I'm like, I kind of missed a great one.
Yeah, leave the memories alone.
I'm not going to miss John Cena. Not one bit. Not one fucking bit.
Never leaving.
Yeah, he's probably never will. But don't worry, they'll just replace him. They have a Samoan John Cena and Indian fucking Randy Orton now. So it's just like, yeah, woo! I can't wait. Anyway, let's talk NXT.
Let's talk NXT.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go through some live comments because we don't have many, so I want to give extra love to those that are fucking finding us.
I'm not looking at the screen. I'm working on the website right now. So
okay.
I didn't notice there was.
No problem. I got it. Robert Crawford says, "Did you see Payback? But did see NXT, and it was very good from top to bottom. Top to bottom was good. It's bad when your C show is better than your A and B show. I agree. Morning.
I wouldn't call NXT the C show.
Dude, it's the only show I want to review. It's the only show I want to watch of WWE, at least. You know, like I have no desire to review Raw. I have no desire to review SmackDown. I might just become a pay-per-view every now and then guy, NXT guy.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And then I have to, Morning Dave from Randy Morgan. Good morning or good evening here. I
get no love. People are always like, "Good morning, Dave. You look good, Dave."
I know. Well, because, I don't know. I was going to say something fucking douchey, but I couldn't even bring myself to do it. That's the inner peace Dave speaking.
I used to be liked on this channel. I think I took too much time away.
Yeah. You get forgotten very quickly. Dragon Rider 951 says, "Bada boom, realest New York nerd in the room. How you doing, Coco Crew? Good to see you guys. Glad to hear you talking nice about NXT." Yeah. But I don't think we've ever badmouthed NXT. I remember. I don't know. I just don't remember bitching as much as people think we bitched. I don't know. You know what it is, though? I think it's because, like, you can bitch about something.
The next comment is the best.
All right. Randy Morgan says, "Too bad the WWE didn't have the network in '95. They could have pushed it on the Jewish market and made Barry Hartz win the world title. At least Barry Hartz could work, though." Everything about that comment is fucking amazing. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. Oh man, I love Barry Horowitz.
And for newer fans, if you don't know what that means, just pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
Just every once in a while.
Dude. Well, the thing is, I use that in like terminology without like, dude, I have friends that have no idea about pro wrestling and know what a Barry Horowitz is. Like, you can't be around me for like 2 minutes without knowing what Barry Horowitz is.
Yeah.
Like, and I have Japanese friends that are like, oh yeah, patting yourself on the back in English means you're Barry Horowitz. Like, that's fucking right. Fucking 100% right. Nothing fucking. Dude, here's the thing. There's only 2 guys that I ever wanted to book and like went out of my way to overpay, and they both said no. Scoot Andrews and Barry Horowitz. I heard Barry Horowitz. I was like, dude, I was talking at Hack, rest in peace. I was like, because Hack is like, oh, who do you want to book? I'm like, Barry Horowitz. He's like, are you fucking for real? Give him anything he wants. He's like, dude, we can get Tyson Tomko, Christian Cage. I want Barry Horowitz. Like, I will give him anything he wants. And
you know who else you wanted to book when you were punch drunk one night?
What's that?
Kane.
Oh yeah, I do.
I swear to God, one night you were so fucking dead and punch drunk, and Kane was on TV and you were sleeping. You sat up like the fucking Undertaker, and you just looked at the TV screen, you looked at me, and you said, we don't book Kane enough. And then you fucking laid back down and went to and died.
And the thing is, like, in my head, I thought we could book Kane, and I don't know. It's weird being punch drunk.
Yeah, that was a real conversation between me and Dave one night.
And I remember, like, I don't know if I said it, but I definitely thought it. Like, I continued the conversation in my sleep. I go, I hate fucking Kane, but I know those stupid fucking fans would love him.
I'm pretty sure you said it out loud. And then again, you laid down and you went back to sleep. And I like covered you with a blanket and was like, good night, little Coco.
We used to live wrestling so much.
I was going to say, if people don't know us, we had a weird friendship. Like, let's just throw that out there.
I think new viewers like, are you guys gay? No. But yeah.
I mean, like, how many friends actually just go and live with their friend for like a month? Like, I just might have lived with you for like a month.
Your problem is your friends would braid. Dude, there's a YouTube video where like it's recruiting Marines, and they're like, I fucking forget the line, but it's something like, you'll be ready as fuck, because he's like, oh, what jobs do you get after being in the Marines? And like, nothing, not a goddamn job, but you'll be ready as fuck to be homeless. And I'm like, holy shit, that is the most accurate fucking joke ever.
Yeah, I mean, we have a weird friendship.
Mr. Dave, the next time I watch the Devil Rays face my New York Mets, I'll be cheering slightly for the Rays just for you, only slightly. I might be the only fucking Rays fan in the world. It feels that way. Like, and I lived in Tampa. I lived in St. Pete. I had season tickets. I love the Tampa Bay Rays. And like, even in Tampa and St. Pete, you can ask and be like, is there any real Rays fans? And it's just like, Dave, I love the fucking Tampa Bay Rays, but holy shit, do they break your fucking heart? Do they break your fucking heart? Dude, but I love them so much. But they're so fucking horrible. But I love them so much.
I hate to pull a boom boom here, but we got to reel it in and actually get to the first match.
Last one. Dragon Rider, I always pat myself on the back whenever Mr. Dave says, give yourself a Barry Horowitz. You know what? That's the world I want to live in.
I like that this guy calls you Mr. Dave.
I know. I like that too. All right. You ready? NXT TakeOver Chicago. I'm reading this right off WWE.com. We also have the results down there of Backlash, TakeOver, and LoganMania if you want to read along with us. We'll start from the bottom. Roderick Strong, Tampa's own. Roderick Strong defeats Erick Young. I enjoyed this match, but it's just because I'm a huge Roderick Strong fan. I thought it was a great opening match.
Yeah, it was a perfect opener.
Yeah, and not that, but like it made Roderick look strong, and I see what I did there, and it didn't make Erick Young look weak. And I just thought it was perfect. I had to do this.
I'm a big fan of both guys. I've always liked Erick Young. I've liked everything Erick Young did. I liked Erick Young in Team Canada. I liked Don't Fire Erick. I liked Super Erick. I liked fucking Mean Erick when he ran the international stable in TNA. I don't remember what it was at the time, but I've liked every incarnation of Erick Young.
Even when he played the part of Daniel Bryan in the remake of Daniel Bryan's life.
Yep. I like everything about
Erick. The TNA fans were like, that wasn't a copy of Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that's bullshit. But I like everything about Erick Young. Everything.
I like Erick Young. I'm not a big fan of his crazy matter of fact, I'm a big fan of Erick Young, but this gimmick right now I think is his worst gimmick.
It's wrestling crazy, so you have to be stupid about it and stuff. I understand it. But Everything about it, I think that I don't care what anybody says. I think the signing of Erick Young is one of WWE's best signings of the year. I think it's better than I know you're gonna go. I know you're gonna yell at me, but I think it's a better signing than Shinsuke. I think it's a better signing than Bobby Roode. I think it's a better. Erick Young is the perfect utility player.
First off, no.
He can do anything.
I will disagree with you tremendously.
That's fine. You can.
Tremendously.
You can. But he's a utility player.
In fact, I question our friendship now.
I question our sexuality a lot, but that has nothing to do with it. It's just, I don't know why I said it. But
no,
as a utility player, you can put him anywhere on NXT Raw or SmackDown, and he excels.
You're making it sound like Moneyball. You're like, dollar for dollar. Like, calm down, Brad Pitt. All right.
That's my new nickname. I'm the Brad Pitt of wheelchairs.
Well, someone has to be.
And I will take it and run with it.
But my favorite fucking, because like Japanese people, they're fucking. I live in Japan, by the way. It's not. I just didn't pick a random race. But Japanese people, like, they'll give over the top fucking like compliments that are also insults, but they don't think they're insults. Yeah, the fucking other day I got a compliment like, "You're really they said you look like Tom Cruise if he wasn't so good looking." Like, thanks. I don't know where to go with that, but all right, I'll take it.
You look like Tom Cruise if somebody threw a bunch of cans of soup at his face.
I think so. I think so.
I don't know why I chose soup.
I don't know. I always picture my face as like a face that's been punched a lot, which it has. But I also picture like, like falling down the ugly tree and like hitting every fucking branch along the way. Yeah. Well, you know my face is all fucked up and shit. This is fucking crazy. Oh, by the way, this is a really nerdy podcast. We gotta warn people. We gotta put like a warning. But
like scrolling across the screen, yeah.
Like, sometimes you forget how fucking ugly you are. But my one friend, Dick Move.
Trust me, people don't let me forget.
My one friend, Dick Move, and he didn't know it was gonna be a dick move. I don't show anyone before I fucked up my face bad. I don't really show people those photos because, well, I used to be better looking. And my friend, he's like, "Oh, I found a photo of Dave before he got fucking this." And I remember the Japanese girls, because there were two Japanese girls, and they just went, "Wow, you used to be really good looking." And like, I was like, all right, soul crushed. Like, thanks.
Dude, thanks. Okay. Again, really nerdy podcast. Two very close friends, very far away. Like, it's just, we get on sidetrack. If you want people to think your face is better looking, show them your fucking disgusting velociraptor feet.
I do have some ugly feet. It's no lie. And there's scars everywhere.
Okay. Yeah. For people listening, we used to do this as a legitimate radio show. So we used to be professional. We used to be in studio, in a fucking radio studio, professional, like.
People paid, there was sponsorship, the whole thing.
We had real sponsors. We had real guests. Like, we were professional about this. But in studio, two things would happen that would distract.
We had a big staff at one time. There was a time where there was 10, 12 guys working on a radio show.
Yeah.
Oh,
we'd have like a big guest from TNA, or you know what I mean? Like, we'd have like Jeff Jarrett on the show. And I know that sounds ridiculous. He's not that big. But again, you know what I mean? At the time, TNA was a big thing. So we'd have Jeff Jarrett on the show, and you'd be trying to be focused and interview Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, because it's important. It's got to go down.
Two things would happen. Dave would take his shoes off.
True.
And turn the studio into fucking Jurassic Park. Distracting as fuck because you're afraid that his toenails are going to poke your eyes out.
Well, I don't know if it's the toenails, the long toes, or the fact that there's fucking scars everywhere. They're just covered in scars. Two,
Dave would wear like baggy basketball shorts And by the end of the interview, it would turn into a fucking diaper.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened. Like, his balls and his leg would just swallow the shorts completely whole, to the point where by the end of a Jeff Jarrett interview, all I could focus on was, am I going to see this guy's balls?
All right, well,
so,
NXT review.
This right here, this is a perfect interview scenario because I don't have to see his toes and his balls.
So there you go. Yeah, and the funny thing is, we had like 20 dudes working on it, and we had like one girl. And this was before I don't know, PC police, whatever. Dude, we used to call her Sweet Tits, and like now that I look back, I was kind of fucked up. 19 dudes calling her Sweet Tits. Like, hey, sweet, and she did everything. I'm gonna go back. I have to find Sweet Tits and first call her by her real name, and second, apologize to her because we were fucking jerks.
I don't remember her.
You don't remember Sweet Tits? Okay, you know how we had like a posse of like 19 people, but no one did anything, but yet we still got on the air and accomplished stuff? She was the one doing everything.
I remember one of the wrestlers' girlfriends just always flashing us.
Oh yeah. We did get to see titties a lot in radio. That's a perk. Like I think people like, oh, in radio you don't get paid much, but you get free food and titties and free T-shirts. I think that's what you gotta like. That's it. Like that's 100% career advice. I want to be on radio. You're gonna see a lot of titties. You're gonna get a lot of free T-shirts and a lot of free food. Outside of that, it's a horrible gig.
I also remember one show. We had like the biggest interview that we've had in a while. It was like Christopher Daniels or somebody pretty big, AJ Styles maybe, and we're like, all right, guys, we're waiting for AJ Styles to call in. And then, like, we took a break, like a commercial break, and we're like, all right, guys, we're waiting for AJ Styles. And then, like, we look over, and our board op is not in the production room at all.
That wasn't Sweet Tits. That was, I forget. We had some really bad board ops.
We had, like, a terrible board op. And I just remember, we look over, he's not in the room at all, and the phone is ringing.
Meanwhile, we're on how many stations? I think we're like over 30 stations.
20-something stations at the time.
Yeah. But we used to get bumped for Tampa Bay Rays baseball in Spanish.
It was the Mexican Devil Rays.
Yeah.
It was the Spanish. They were like the Spanish broadcasts.
And then we'd get bumped.
We had like a jingle. We had like a Mexican Devil Rays jingle.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but the phone is ringing, and we're waiting for like literally like fucking Hulk Hogan to call or something retarded. And, like, the phone's ringing, and we're, like, waiting for the fucking board op, and he's not in there. And then we look over, and he's, like, Baywatch, slow running / briskly walking back into the studio to try to answer the phone. And we're just like, what the fuck? We're going to miss our interview with insert big fucking wrestler at the time. I was just like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know. It was great. I remember one time we were on a board up. We were on like, I don't know. I'm just going to round it to 30. We'll just say 30. We've been higher than 30. We've been lower than 30. And I remember saying, oh, we have people complaining that they can't get through the phones. And this guy was an alcoholic board op. And he goes, yeah, I just turned the phones off because I was really tired and hungover. I was like, oh, that's convenient.
Terrible.
Anyway, let's change topics to the greatest fucking match that ever happened in the history of pro wrestling.
Quick side note on this match. This event happened on the same day as the Brawl USA show. So I was balls ass tired. And I fell asleep. I've watched this show twice now because I fell asleep like in the first like 5 minutes of this match. And then I woke up the last 5 minutes of this match. So I had to like rewatch it. But goddamn, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I don't keep up with the UK wrestling as much as I should, and everyone puts over like $1 million, and it was just fucking amazing. These guys busted their fucking ass. It was just an amazing fucking match. And all that, but you go in, like I went in going, all right, let's see what you guys can do. You know what I mean? I went in with that attitude, and holy shit, they were fucking amazing. They were just fucking stiff, and not only that, but like, I'm sure I'm not the only fan that was that way. I'm sure like the whole WWE NXT universe, whatever the fuck you want to say, was like, all right, we heard good shit. Let's see what you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just fucking showed the world how fucking amazing it can be. Like if I was LK or someone from the UK, I'd just be so fucking proud of my people. You know what I mean? Like holy fuck, these guys fucking went all out. I just became a super fan of both guys, and you know I knew who they were, but at the same time, it's kind of like you know, but you don't know. You know what I mean? And I completely
agree because I know some things about the UK scene. I know Pete Dunne is very good. I know Mark Andrews is very good. You know what I mean? Like I know the good from the bad, kind of. You know what I mean? Like I know, but I'm not like a savant on them. I don't know them amazingly well. And this was just like, holy shit! I got to go back and watch every like Rev Pro show I can watch, or like whatever's available. I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it was just fucking amazing.
I mean, there was a point where they were like just punching each other in the face.
Yeah, it was just absolutely amazing. Pete Dunne wins.
You know the Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho spot where you're kind of in a lockup, but you're punching each other at the same time.
Yeah.
But you're not like punching each other. You're wrestling punching each other, but it always brings that intensity of the matchup.
Yeah.
They were doing that without the lockup and just straight punch. They were doing that with like the Necro Butcher in the chair spot. Like they were just fucking punching each other in the face and just like, what do you do to that? Like, what do you even say to that?
I don't know. I just thought it was amazing. I thought it was match of the night.
I think that is the new moment where when somebody's like wrestling's fake, I can't watch it. I think I'd show them that.
Yeah, I think it's a can't miss match. Maybe match of your candidate, but there's been so many great matches. Like even though WWE's main event sucks dick, pro wrestling has been really good outside of WWE main events. You know what I mean? Like it's just at least that's how it feels for me. You know, New Japan, Lucha Underground, NXT, you know, Indies, fucking.
2017, although it's very early in the year, I still think it's been a great year for moments.
I mean, if you minus the WWE main events, it's a great fucking year for pro wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like a genie. You're like, I want a great year in pro wrestling. And he's like, all right, you get everything great except WWE main events. And you know what? I'm okay with that, Genie. They fucked us, but I'm okay with that.
Genie's like, guys, I can't raise people from the dead.
So,
because even in Aladdin, the Genie had rules.
Yeah, he did. Dude,
WWE is part of the rules.
I gotta watch Aladdin again. I fucking love Aladdin.
Yeah.
NXT Women's Championship Triple Threat. Really, dude, is Kana ever gonna fucking lose? Asuka, dude, I'm such a fucking fanboy of Asuka that like I don't even comprehend her losing. Like, I literally stopped paying attention. You know, it's a three-way, and you know, Kana rolls out or Asuka rolls out of the ring. I stopped watching. I'm like, all right, dude, no, this fucking counts. Oh, she's back. You know what I mean? Like, I am such a fanboy of this fucking woman, and I've been a fanboy for fucking a really long time, a ridiculously long time. Let's put it this way: I gave her Female Wrestler of the Year, and no one knew who she was. You know what I mean? Like, you were there for the podcast. Oh, Female Wrestler of the Year, Kana. Like, who the fuck is that? Shh, I've been a fanboy. Like, I'm such a fanboy of hers that, like, I can't even picture her. Like, even if she lost to someone, I'd just be like, this is fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like fun.
Here's my question, though. I know you love her. I know you never want her to lose. I completely understand that.
Totally fanboy. Not even fucking lying. Fanboy 110%. Go on.
But for the average wrestling fan,
all right,
how long until it's just boring?
I don't care. I'm a fan.
I know you don't care, but I'm asking as
I think it's
average. Turn off Dave for a second and think average wrestling fan.
All right. I think until you make a legit female, like if Charlotte was down there still, you know what I mean? If there was a legit challenger, and I'm not fucking knocking Ruby Riot or any of the other girls, but fuck her. She's not even in the same league. Like, it's not even fucking close. You know what I mean? you need someone that is built up like an Awesome Kong, a Gail Kim, and I'm talking about in their primes, of course. But Awesome Kong, a Gail Kim, something like that. Then yeah, even Charlotte, because even though some people think, oh, Charlotte is all hype, all that, yeah, but she's believable. In NXT, she was very believable. You know what I mean? So like, I think as long as you build someone up, like if it's just fucking, and I don't mean to pick on Ruby Riott because she's amazing, but she's not, and Nikki Cross, but they're not. You know what I mean? They're not.
They're
nowhere
still
near.
They're still new.
Yeah. But I mean, like league wise, they're not even close.
They're new to NXT. They're new to the NXT world. So yeah.
Yeah. But like even outside the NXT world, like I don't know. Once again, a fanboy speaking. So please, take it for what it is. When I have a fanboy moment, I tell you. I don't even think like wherever that match takes place, they're nowhere in her league. Not even fucking a little bit. Like you can go to fucking.
Right. But at what point does it not become compelling TV anymore?
Well, that's not Asuka's problem. That you have to build someone up.
It's not Asuka's problem, but it's a problem.
Yeah. It's definitely a problem. Like, because the problem is you have, in my opinion, for the longest time, the best female wrestler in the world. But like, all your best females get taken up to WWE. So you have the best female wrestler in the world, not in NXT, in the fucking world, in the universe. She goes with Brock Lesnar defending titles. By the way, meme of the century is fucking them going, Brock Lesnar isn't taking time off. He's defending the Universal title on other planets. Greatest fucking meme ever. But yeah, like you're gonna have to build someone up. You know what I mean? Because like I think like right now, let's go Charlotte, maybe. Bayley before WWE fucked her up, maybe. And you'd have to sell it as a huge upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't want to see a huge upset from a random. This ain't fair. I don't want to see a huge upset by someone that's not in her league. I don't. You know what I mean? As a fanboy, I don't want to see that.
No, I'll agree with that. But again, the problem is, like you said, you're a huge fanboy, and you knew that when Asuka was not part of the match, you didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention.
But you knew the end result.
Actually, I didn't, and I did. There's a part of me like, no, it was a fanboy moment where I was like, dude, there's no way she's fucking losing. If she loses, this is fucking stupid. Like, I would have probably, if Kana lost, or Asuka, if Asuka lost, I would have had the same reaction when Andre the Giant lost at WrestleMania 3. I just been like, dude, pro wrestling's stupid.
You would have
I would have just stopped watching for like a year.
You would have kicked over the table of snacks and ran away.
Yeah, I did that when Andre the Giant lost. Because when Andre the Giant lost at WrestleMania 3 is when I found out pro wrestling wasn't real. Like, and I flipped the fuck out. I was like, dude, I remember I ripped down all my posters. I didn't watch for like a year.
Take your money?
Yeah, my uncle took my money. Uncle Roger. Fucking douchebag.
That guy.
But yeah. But like, and the thing is, I had to have a heart-to-heart talk with Aunt Steph. And Steph's like, well, I know wrestling's not real, but you still enjoy it, right? And like, I had tears in my eyes. Like, yeah. But that was like after a summer of pure hatred. I was like fucking CM Punk of kids. I was like that kid, like, fuck you, wrestling's not real. You don't fucking suck. Like, this is all you loved your whole life. Fuck you. It was a lie. It was a lie.
But like, again,
that would be me, except instead of being a little kid, I'd be a full-grown man going to work. Pro wrestling's a lie. Asuka lost.
So, but like, to me, Asuka is one of the best parts of NXT, and she's one of the worst.
I don't understand her promos. Like, she doesn't know how media works.
No, I don't. There's nothing about her personally that is the worst part of NXT. I think it's her, at this point, her predictability, and just there's no, Asuka's in for, she might lose this time.
Yeah. I think they have to build someone up.
That's not her fault. That's not her fault.
Yeah.
But it's become a problem.
But yeah, it's become a problem and all that, but like, it's also become a problem now because like, when she loses to someone not in her league, it's just going to be like, oh, okay. Like, it's going to be disappointment. You know, they have to build someone up quickly or bring someone down. You know what I mean?
I think the only time she's going to be vulnerable is after the women's tournament.
Yeah, maybe build someone up there.
I think that jumpstarts somebody in her league.
Yeah. And once again, I just wanted to be warned, like, you know, I'll tell you if I hate someone or if I absolutely fanboy them, just because I think that's only fair. You know what I mean? So, Asuka, I'm a fanboy of. NXT Championship Match. I was shocked that this didn't go on last. There was a good reason. I was just like, dude, matter of fact, I remember I messaged you. I was like, holy fuck, the show's almost over. Because, like, I'm really busy. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm a really busy person. That's why I don't YouTube as much. And I was like, holy fuck, I got time. Because I thought it was then. And I kept messaging him, like, are you awake? Are you awake? And then I know I was like, oh, fuck, that's not the main event. There's another match.
That's how I know that you were into the show. Because you were literally, like, messaging me, like, this is fucking awesome. Are you awake? Are you watching this? Like, you were actually messaging me, like, oh, my God. Like, this is, you know what I mean?
And here, first off, this is a dream match. And here's my nitpick. And this is going to hurt me. And you know how much this is going to hurt me. What the fuck was Kenta doing the first half of that match? I love Kenta more than a straight man should. As a Kenta fan, Pro Wrestling Noah, that was embarrassing. And I remember, and I don't know if they were trying to tell a story, because commentary, and man, this is just me nerding out. Maybe it's me putting conspiracy together. Commentary goes, oh, he's being a little gun shy tonight. And then the referee talked to him. And then after that, he was like kind of back to old Kenta. I, as a huge Kenta fan, as a Pro Wrestling Noah fan, was embarrassed. I was like, holy fuck, that's not Kenta.
There's a few questions on this match that make me question a few things.
Like, I don't know if it was a story, I don't know what, but he didn't wake up till that like second half of that match. That first half of the match, you know, and I'm going to tell you, like, the Pro Wrestling Noah, when he left, people were, full-grown men were legit crying. You know what I mean? Like, there's magic moments in pro wrestling. Kenta leaving Pro Wrestling Noah to go to NXT was one of those magical moments. You know what I mean? And I was just fucking embarrassed for the country of Japan, for Kenta, Kenta's family, his trainer, my fucking son who fucking thought Kenta was a hero. I was literally embarrassed. And I love Bobby Roode. And this was a dream match. When it first started, I was like, oh my God, Kenta versus Bobby Roode. This is a dream match. And that first fucking half, I was just like, I remember when Ultimate Warrior came back and he wasn't on the gear or wasn't on steroids. And you're like, oh, it's not the same Ultimate Warrior. That's how I was legit. I was like, that's the same Kenta.
Yeah, and he was wearing like the spray painted singlet.
Dude, I was just like, dude, that's not the same Kenta. And then like, I don't know who said it, but he's like, oh, he's been a little gun shy. And I don't know if that was part of the storyline or what. But, and the referee talked to him, and then he kind of was back to Kenta. But that first half, holy shit. And none of that, but like, I just picture, you know how like UK fans wanted them to represent. I live in Japan. I love a lot of Japanese pro wrestling. Like how the UK fans were really proud, and Asuka and Nakamura were really proud. You know, Japanese people that live in Japan. I don't want to say I'm Japanese, but you know what I mean. I live here a lot, and we'll go watch a lot of Japanese pro wrestling for a long time. I was legit embarrassed. I was like, dude, there's fans that are fucking watching Kenta for the first time, and they think that's fucking Kenta. But he turned it up the second half. I don't know if it was a storyline. I don't know if he was a little, didn't want to get injured. I don't know what the fuck deal was. But as a huge Kenta fan, and maybe it's making me hypocritical, maybe it's making me a dick, I would rather you retire than fucking wrestle like that. And that was fucking embarrassing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, you're a fanboy. This is a hard question to answer, but I'm going to ask the question. At what point, because Kenta was the WWE's answer to a Japanese star.
Yeah, because like they wanted Okada, and they went with Kenta, and Kenta was supposed to be the next big star, and then later with injuries and Nakamura, it's kind of like, well,
right at the time, Kenta was the answer.
Yeah,
But with the signing of Asuka and with the signing of Shinsuke, they've gotten what they want, and they're happy with what they have. At what point in NXT is Kenta a fail?
I think if he has 1 or 2 more matches like that, he's going home.
Because they're looking like they're going to build up a little tension between Kenta and Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno, which could be amazing.
Yeah.
That could be a dream for NXT fans. I think that feud could be a bigger dream match than Kenta and Bobby Roode.
You know my friend iJapan. He's a huge pro wrestling fan.
Yeah.
iJapan is his nickname, but he said it best. The beginning of that match for Kenta was almost as embarrassing for Japan for Yoshitatsu returning to New Japan. Like, a lot of people are embarrassed at how bad Yoshitatsu's career in New Japan went, but they were like, that might have topped it. But
I'm just embarrassed.
In Kenta's defense, though, he picked it up at the end.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? He definitely picked it up at the end.
So, is Kenta a failed sign if this feud with Chris Hero doesn't go well? That's a question.
I give it, like, in my opinion, this is my prediction, I guess. I give him 2 more feuds, and then he'll have 3 feuds. If he fails, if he's going home, he'll have 2 feuds, and if those 2 feuds don't work, he'll put someone over and go home. So I think if worst case scenario, he has 3 feuds left.
So you're saying he's close to being a fail?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Okay.
Without a doubt, because the injuries.
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't in the.
Well, no, but think about what if that was Okada? That was supposed to be Okada's spot. What if that was Okada? You know, and none of that. But like Pro Wrestling Noah puts. I don't know, man. It's just.
But if that was Okada, would they have pursued Shinsuke so much?
I don't know. Well, I think they only went after Nakamura because of the injuries to Kenta.
Exactly. That's my exact point. I think they went after Shinsuke because.
Yeah. Well, that and also, I love Kenta, but Nakamura is a way bigger star.
Yeah, but I think they went after Nakamura because they saw Kenta heading in that failed direction.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't know this. Okada was the one that kept turning him down. Okada has always been the chosen one. He was supposed to be the Japanese superstar.
Right.
He's just like, nope, fuck you, I'm staying.
Quick live comments.
Overall, I think the match was great, but Kenta, that first half was just like, unless that's just a story, like, hey man, he's gun shy, but that's a weird fucking story. You know what I mean?
It is and it isn't. If you take into consideration his injuries and everything else,
yeah,
it's really not. It's not that big of a weird story.
Yeah, and then like it was weird part of the pay-per-view that panned out. Like they took a risk and it panned out because like after the Bobby Roode won, and you know Kenta brought up his game, you know, and it saved the match. You know what I mean? After that, they went to a tag match. A, I forgot about the tag match. B, I was setting up for a podcast, and I also remember going, well, what the fuck? All right, I guess because it's a ladder match, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't shitting on it.
I think the ladder match went on last because of a ladder match.
Yeah. But holy shit. Like, I thought it was going to be shit, and I was wrong. That was fucking amazing. And first off, ladder matches are my favorite gimmick match by far. By far. I almost had a ladder match title fucking because I love ladder matches so much. It's one of my favorite gimmick matches.
But when you have 2 big monster type wrestlers.
Yeah. That suplex.
Oh my god, yeah, the German suplex through the ladder.
Dude, it was such a good match. And then this is fucking good writing compared to bad writing. Good booking compared to bad booking. The tease of the turn. Oh, I guess it's not going to happen. To the turn. It's just when pro wrestling is done right, NXT, and we're talking WWE Universe. Yeah, I don't want to get into a debate over fucking other brands, but we're talking WWE Universe. When storytelling is done right, it's amazing. and then other times it's Raw.
Yeah.
I just thought it was amazing because you're like, and all that, but like when he pushed him out of the way to get that fucking ladder in the face, dude, everything about it was just awesome. I went from, and I'm not going to tell you the first five, maybe not first 5 minutes, but maybe the first 2-3 minutes, I was like, what a fucking waste. I could be podcasting. Why the fuck wasn't this on earlier tonight? That was my attitude. And then I was just like, man, that was fucking amazing. I loved it.
Right.
I enjoyed it a lot.
If you watch for like probably the last year, very subtle points of turns. It could happen at any moment. It could happen at any moment. It could happen at any moment. But it never did. And then when it did, whew.
And then they teased it. I really enjoyed it. I give NXT a huge effing win. I'm gonna go through some live comments and we're gonna go to Backlash. Overall thoughts on NXT?
Again, just every time there's a takeover, I feel bad for the brand that has a pay-per-view that week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Raw has what's coming up? Extreme Rules for Raw.
Here's the thing: like Randy Orton and the other guy, if you're not embarrassed, you have no pride. Like Randy Orton lives in a shell, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna have to dive. I came out of the right penis. Look at me." If you are Randy Orton and the other guy, and you're not embarrassed, you have no pride in your work. Period. End of fucking story. You have no pride in your work.
Like I said, though, like Extreme Rules is coming up for the Raw brand, correct?
I believe so. I could be wrong.
They are lucky as fuck that Raw didn't. It wasn't their turn for a takeover.
Yeah. I wonder if TakeOver, because SmackDown's the way better show than Raw. I wonder if takeovers are going to be attached to SmackDown because of that.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Because there's no way that I don't feel like a WWE brand pay-per-view can beat a takeover.
Yeah.
So when a takeover is attached to a brand pay-per-view, I'm always like, poor main roster.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way. NXT is the only WWE product I go, well, I'm not going to fast forward to this.
Yeah. I always feel bad for the brand.
Yeah. All right. We're going to do some live comments, and we're going to go over Backlash. All right. Dragon Rider 951. You look like Tom Cruise if he wasn't so good looking. I'm going to use that one day. That's amazing. Yeah. Nerdy podcast. I feel see the problem with that. Keep it going. I love this. Appreciate it. Much love. Hopefully we grow. But here's the thing. Like, I actually love doing this. So, like, even if we fail, it's fun. That's not very motivational speech. I'm definitely not a Steve Jobs here.
We would be doing this regardless.
No matter what. Yeah. Pete Dunne is the man. How do you feel about WWE calling the tournament the Mae Young Classic? That'd be amazing as long as they kept it respectable.
Like when they did the Dusty Classic.
If you want to check out a good UK page, check out ICW. Everything I've seen of ICW I liked, but most of it's been music videos, highlights, and key matches here and there.
Right.
WWE needs to sign Madison Eagles. Madison Eagles is in Asuka's league. I have to Google and YouTube. D-Rocks, welcome back, brother. D-Rocks is like so knowledgeable about women's wrestling. Dragon Rider 951 says, I totally understand Mr. Dave's fanboys about Asuka. I'm the same way about Peyton Royce and Billy Kay. I might have mispronounced. Is it Peyton Royce? Are we Brazilian?
No, you got it. Peyton Royce.
Okay. The thing is, too, like, a lot of people hate that we are honest. If we don't know what the fuck we're talking about, we're going to tell you. You know what I mean? Because I see other podcasts that, like, deny not knowing, and that pisses me off because you know they don't know. You know what I mean? Did either of you notice the spot where Kenta went for a kick while Roode was laying down, but clearly missed by almost 12 inches? Yeah, and then he did it again. Is that the spot? I thought that was okay because I thought it was funny. If we're talking about the same spot. But my favorite mess-up spot is Justice. And I don't know if we have this because it was a DVD, and I don't know if we have the DVD footage. But it was Justice for Sideshow, two, like, big Florida indie guys. and Justice and Sideshow fucked up a spot, and Justice is like, all right, when we fuck up a spot, I'm just going to kick you in the face as hard as you can. It's my favorite cover.
The story is Justice fucked up his own spot, and to cover it, he just kicked Sideshow as hard as he could in the face.
Sometimes I miss pro wrestling. I was questioning what a lot of match was going on last, but when I saw what happened after the match, and then everything made perfect sense. And I agree with that. If you're being honest with yourself, that's 100% fact. So, all right, we'll go to more live comments after Backlash. Backlash, I'm not going to be as much kind, and I did fast forward a lot of shit. Yeah, is there any other review show that out there that admits they fast forward shit?
Like I said, there's no point in lying.
Yeah,
I never understood lying in pro wrestling. When I promote shows, if there's 30 people there, I fucking say, like, oh, there was 30 people there. Because when you see the footage, you're going to fucking know there was 30 people there.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the point? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
And I'm not going to not release something. I'm not going to not release something from the show because it fucking...
Because you shit the bed.
I put the effort into the show. I put the money into the show. Yeah. If I shit the bed and the fans didn't show up, that's not... You know what I mean? Like, why not just show it? Fuck it. Be honest.
Ty Dillinger defeats Aiden English. I just saw the highlight during the pay-per-view. Dillinger's over. I think this is just my opinion. No facts whatsoever here. I think Aiden English's career is over. When you're in a really gimmick tag team and your partner leaves and then you're a feud and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to lose. Like, history has shown that does not work out for that person.
And I'm just a real quick, I might have the footage from that Justice vs. Sideshow match. If I do, I'll post it.
All right. Hopefully it's as good as I remember.
I remember the spot vividly, and it is pretty fucking funny.
Awesome. Opening match, best match of the fucking night. It was the only reason I watched the pay-per-view. I probably wouldn't be reviewing it if it wasn't for this. Nakamura defeats Dolph Ziggler, and just a great fucking match. It was one of those, I'm going to sit down and fucking watch this. I like the fact that even though it wasn't a big deal, they sold it as a big deal, as Nakamura's first match on SmackDown or a pay-per-view and shit. Because I bought into that. I was like, oh yeah, it is his first, you know. I thought Dolph Ziggler was the perfect opponent. You know, I enjoyed this match tremendously, and it's the first time in a long time. Usually when I watch WWE, and maybe I'm an asshole, when I watch WWE, I keep Twitter open. I'll talk to friends. I won't pay attention. But when I watch New Japan, I shut it the fuck down. You know what I mean? When I watch Dragon Gate, I shut it the fuck down. Ring of Honor pay-per-views, I shut it the fuck down. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I'm going to watch this. This match felt like a New Japan event. This match felt like, because I don't know about you, but when it's not that good of a product, SmackDown or Raw, you're having a conversation with people online. You're not paying attention. You're tweeting. You know what I mean? It's just, it doesn't have your attention. Sometimes I don't even big screen it on the fucking computer. This was big screen. This is like, hey, I'm shutting my fucking phone off. You know what I mean? I enjoyed this match a lot, and Nakamura won, and here he's just a fucking hero. And none of that, but like those, I teach children, and I used to teach orphans, and orphans didn't give a fuck about pro wrestling. Okada and Nakamura made pro wrestling cool for kids again. You know what I mean? And it was just great. Like, my daughter doesn't like pro wrestling. She loves Nakamura. You know what I mean? So, like, he has that type of star power. So I think it's great. Overall, I thought it was perfect, you know? It could have been better, but for where it was on the card, everything else felt unimportant after that. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? It's like if you're a true pro wrestling fan, not I only like WWE and I hate pro wrestling fans. If you're like a legit pro wrestling fan and you enjoy the art of pro wrestling with Colt Cabana. No,
I do enjoy it.
I do. I listen to Colt Cabana's podcast. It's one of the few I listen to. Holy shit, does he plug a lot of stuff in the beginning of his shows, though?
Yeah.
He's like, you could buy Colt Cabana condoms. Like, I love you, Colt, but come on, man. I love Colt Cabana. There. If loving Colt Cabana is wrong, I don't want to be right. But the moral of the story is, this was awesome. You know, I enjoyed it a lot.
Did you think, though, going into it, obviously, it was a
was the only show. It was the only match I wanted to see, to be honest.
But it was clearly a Nakamura highlight. It was supposed to be his time.
Yeah.
Did you think it was too focused on Dolph Ziggler?
No, because I think WWE fans and no, because you had to put on a good show. You know what I mean? I don't know. I understand. I understand why they did it. You know what I mean?
I understand. I understand too. But do you think it highlighted him too much?
No, because Dolph Ziggler was a good wrestler. I don't know. I don't think so. I think though, like it was the only match worth watching, and putting it on first made everything else seem unimportant. You know what I mean? So that was just me. If you're a pro wrestling fan, you watch that match. What's the point of watching the rest? You know what I mean? It was pretty awesome. So, all right. So good job, Nakamura. Let's see. You got the Usos versus Breezango for the WWE SmackDown Team Championship. I'm going to say something that's kind of like not me. It's kind of out of place for me. I thought this was WWE humor at its best. Like you might not like WWE humor, and I completely understand. Everyone's humor is different. But when it comes to WWE humor, I think this is it. Like you're like, oh, okay, I like WWE humor. I don't.
In all 100% honesty, like I agree with you that the Nakamura match was match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but this was WWE match of the night.
Like for comedy and gimmick, yeah. So like a pro wrestling match. So you're saying like a pro wrestling match of the night and sports entertainment match of the night.
Yeah, I was entertained.
Yeah, I mean it was stupid, but it was what you expect.
But
I don't know. It was good for what it was.
Yeah, but again, it was stupid. But you like, I still went and like, I appreciated the stupidity of it.
Yeah.
And like, people are gonna be like, "Oh, it made the commentators look dumb." They played along, and it was funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they played along with it, and it was funny. Like JBL saying like, "Whoa, that old woman's just jumped the rail, and she's wrestling now." Like, oh my god!
But like, I also like the fact that it was like, I don't like when you are trying to be WWE and trying to get everything. And we talked about this in the booking thing. You don't want the same thing back to back. So you just had one of the greatest pro wrestling matches of the night. You know what I mean? The greatest pro wrestling match of the night. And then you followed up with WWE comedy. It makes sense. It's like, oh, it's something completely different, you know?
Yeah.
So
I was entertained.
Yeah.
And I wasn't entertained because like, oh, this is a compelling must-see wrestling at the moment. I was entertained because it was entertaining.
But if someone doesn't like it, I don't hate them for not liking it. Like I understand people that don't like it.
That's their
their cup of tea.
Yeah, but again, as personal, like I was just, you know what I mean? Like, and again, I watch pro wrestling at times with my fiance, for example.
Yeah.
Not a wrestling fan. She likes certain people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She accepts it. She accepts that, we're going to watch it.
She accepts my life decisions.
Basically, you know what I mean? Like, she accepts that we're going to watch pro wrestling as much as, like, I accept that I have to watch, like...
The Notebook. The Notebook.
No, like we watch, like, Grey's Anatomy and stuff.
Yeah.
I enjoy it with her. You know what I mean? Because it's something we enjoy together. So when we watch pro, she loves the Usos. She didn't get a chance to watch this match with me because just circumstances. We were tired and stuff like that. And I watched the rest of the pay-per-view when we were separate. She was at school. She would have enjoyed this match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she would have been like, okay, this was funny. This was fun to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just – I think you need stuff like this to keep average fans around.
Yeah, this is the match for wrestling fans that bring their girls there.
100%.
I'm starting to hate Baron Corbin a lot.
Really?
I love Sami Zayn. I didn't care. Like this is how you have like two different styles and it makes a great match. That was not the case here at all. Like I actually hated Baron Corbin so much that it made me hate Sami Zayn. Because I was like, oh, who gives a fuck? It'll be an upset or it won't be. I'm gonna have to, oh no, I have to be angry because the WWE machine beat a hero. Like I didn't care. You know what I mean? I fast forward. I didn't want to. I never. This is the first time I've ever fast forwarded Sami Zayn's match. I didn't want to.
Don't get me wrong. I love Sami Zayn. At what point is he just becoming the kid in school that you fucking hated? That like right before the bell rang was like, oh, teacher, you forgot to assign homework.
Remember when they really did a shitty job booking Rey Mysterio? That just seems like this is the booking team. They're like, hey, guys, remember when we did a horrible job booking Rey Mysterio? I'm like, yes, I do. Let's book Sami Zayn the same exact way. This is the first time I ever fast-forward a Sami Zayn match, and I didn't care about the results. Because I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to be like, oh, a WWE steroided guy beat a real wrestler. Get upset. And I'm like, I'm too old for this shit. Like, I turned into fucking Lethal Weapon 3. I was just like, I'm too old for this shit. First time I ever fast-forward a Sami Zayn match.
Again, Sami Zayn is becoming the kid you hated in school.
Yeah. 6-woman tag match. I fast-forward this. I had no interest in it whatsoever. I don't even know who fucking won. I refused to read the results. Fuck this match. Fucking, like, this brought women back 900 years. Not just women's wrestling. Women. Matter of fact, I hate to tell you this, women, you can't vote anymore because of this match. You can't. You're like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go vote for Donald Trump and fucking Obama Jr. No, not happening. You can't vote for anyone anymore. You're not allowed to vote anymore. And you're like, why can't I vote? 6-women tag team match, WWE Backlash.
You really think it was that big of an... I mean, I just don't...
I had no interest at all from fucking spot one. First off, the only time I watched it was like there were 3 fucking naggy fucking women and Natalya. What a fucking letdown. The biggest fucking letdown in fucking history of life. You have Natalya, the biggest letdown ever. And 2 other naggy fucking bitches being like, be our friends, don't be her friend. I was done. I was fucking out. And maybe I was out. I was out like weeks ago. A 6-man tag, no title man on. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You know what? If you're a feminist and you're not enraged by this, you stand for nothing. Worse. You know what? I feel bad for my daughter. That's how bad this match was. I just hope one day my daughter never realizes this match had to happen. What the fuck? You might as well put a Brawl and Panties match on. It's fucking embarrassing. Did not watch it. Fast forward. Had 0 interest. Do you want to add anything to that?
I mean, I don't see the big deal as you're pushing it, but that's just,
All right, well.
Different opinions.
Did you enjoy?
I did enjoy it. I mean, I'm not going to say I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I'm not like fucking this setback women to when they
whatever, dude. Your girl can't be a teacher anymore. That's how far it set back women. Like a woman teacher? That's crazy. Did you not realize there was a 6-man female match on a pay-per-view?
Yeah, I just don't see it as that big of a deal. But
it was fucking horrible.
I'm not saying it wasn't horrible, but I don't think it was.
It was the worst thing that ever happened in life. I fast forward. I had no interest whatsoever. Watch it been like match of the year. Like it'll be one of those things. It'll be on WWE.com. Be like, could you believe it? The 6-man tag of fucking 3 bimbos and fucking they wanted to be friends, but they weren't friends. It was the match of the century. Fucking garbage. Speaking of stuff that turned into garbage, it wasn't as big as the Nakamura match, but it was the only match, worth paying $9.99 for. Kevin Owens, which I'm starting to like his new gimmick, versus AJ Styles. I enjoyed this match a lot. The ending, this is old school fan of me going, this is a pay-per-view, but the fact that it's not a pay-per-view and it's on WWE Network, like if this was on Raw or SmackDown, I'd be like, okay, whatever. But there's still the old part of me, like, this is a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? For those that don't know, AJ Styles' foot got stuck in a table, and that's how he lost. And, dude, how pissed off would you have been if it was the $49.99 days?
Yeah, I mean, again, $9.99.
Yeah, I think you're a lot more lenient on it.
I'm looking at it as like, I'm trying to look at it as like positive Pete and be like, well, I mean,
but it's way easy. It's way easier to be positive PD for $9.99 for a network than $50 for one event.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like in my head, I'm like, it's building up to a rematch.
Yeah,
it's building up to something awesome. That's you know what I mean. Like that's what I'm like in my head.
Yeah. Luke Harper defeated Erick Rowan for no reason at all.
Yeah, like, oh, we're gonna separate them. They're not gonna be tag team. They're not gonna be Wyatt family anymore. Let's dress them exactly alike.
And then you have the match of if you liked it. Let's be honest. If you like this match, it's only because you hate nerdy pro wrestling fans. You actually didn't like the match. Like, go look on Twitter and Facebook, people defending this match. They never mention what happened in a match. They're like, wrestling fans are stupid. They're racist. That's it. Like, no one ever goes, oh, it was a great match. So if you like this match and you fucking are not mentioning anything about this match, just right now, go on YouTube, go on social media, go on whatever you do and say, listen, I discovered I really just don't like pro wrestling fans. You need to do that. If not, show me proof. Because all I've seen is wrestling fans are racist. Wrestling fans wanted someone new and they didn't have it. Yeah, what was good about the match? What was good? Okay, Randy Orton fucking dropping that little dude on his head was hilarious. But outside of that, what was good about this match? Absolutely nothing. And then Jinder Mahal, like, I don't hate Jinder Mahal. But if I don't like him, it's because I'm racist. Like, yeah, you're in a new market. Like, my idea is he's the Roman Reigns of SmackDown. He's better than the last guy. You know what I mean? That's my attitude. But to be like, oh, fucking you wanted someone new. Yeah, if you're saying that, you don't understand how talent works. Like, yeah, people that want someone new mostly also want someone that's talented. So, I don't know, because, like, he's, like, cutting a heel promo. And first off, I love India. I think it's one of the greatest fucking countries in the world. I made a lot of money in India. Some of my best friends are fucking Indian. I love India. It's probably top 5 countries. I really love India, and I'll fucking go to bat for India. And I love the fact that they're going into demographic, and I love the fact. But the, hey guys, I'm different, and if you don't like me, you're racist, is a bit fucking ridiculous. And all that, he's like, I'm going to speak the language of my people. There's probably more people in India who can speak better English than in America. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just, it's such bad racist storylines. He's like, you don't like me because I'm from a foreign country and you don't like the way I talk. Like, you don't even have an Indian accent, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. Like, it drove me crazy because, like, A, I think he's better than Randy Orton. I do. I think he's better than Randy Orton. I don't think Randy Orton's good. I don't think he's good. But hell, it's a new Randy Orton. Hooray! You know what I mean? But, like, I'm sitting there cutting a promo, and he's like, you don't like me because you're racist. I'm like, oh, God. I know that, but, like, people in India can speak English. You're like, oh, we're giving the title, and we're going to do break it. What does that tell when people are in India? Like, hey, guys, Americans are fucking racist, and they don't like us because they're fucking white, and I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the storyline at all. Like, let's break into the market by saying everything our market's about and our fucking thing is about hates them. Like, hey guys, like WWE, by the way, everyone hates you guys. Ooh, I can't wait. Where's my $9.99?
Yeah, no, they definitely. If you think that the women's match set women back, this set pro wrestling back.
Yeah, because pretty much he was like, if you don't like, anytime someone says you don't like me because you're racist, all that does is build racism. Like, you're like, no, talent matters. Where the fuck is Sanjay Dutt? Where the fuck is Sanjay Dutt?
He got signed by Impact. But, I mean, this sets wrestling back to the 80s and 90s. The Hulk Hogan versus the Iron Sheiks. And you know what I mean? Like, you might as well have just put the belt on, like, fucking Tiger Ali Singh from the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane, I tell you. Insane.
I mean, it's again, like, anytime there's a takeover attached to a pay-per-view, I just feel bad.
Like, I just can't believe it still works. I can't believe it works, I just can't believe it works. Like, yeah. Like, because I can't believe it works because, like, people defend it. Like, I see people on Twitter all the time like,
I never understood how, like, the I'm Canadian thing worked. Like, what the fuck? America doesn't really have any beef with Canada.
Like, I'm Canadian, how fucking dare you?
Yeah, like, isn't Canada just America's hat?
Yeah.
I love hats.
I love hats too. I don't understand
it. I love Canada.
I just don't understand the gimmick at all. I don't like, it's just so out of fucking touch. Out of touch. And none of that, but like, if I was to hang out with my Indian friends, I would turn it off. I'm sorry. Fucking. And because what are you supposed to say? You just got to shrug and be like, we're racist. Like, you hate me not because I'm not very talented. You hate me because I'm different. Like, really? Really? That's the storyline you're going into a giant market? I don't grasp it at all. I know that, but like, it's just like, I know that, but people, the white knights of the world, are fucking jumping on this. Like, you don't like him because he's different. No. We don't like him because he's not talented. And I don't even not like him. I actually like him a hell of a lot better than Randy Orton. But that ain't saying much. It's like saying I'd rather have cancer in my fucking, I don't know, fucking left pinky than fucking in my brain. So, fuck, man. I don't fucking grasp it. I don't at all. So, yay, we're racist. We only don't like him because, yeah. You know what? Fuck it. He's not Randy Orton. That's how we got to look at it.
Yeah. So let's go to the live comments and then we'll break down
Brawl USA. All right. Live comments. Hold on one second. Holy shit, there's a lot of comments. Actually, there's not, but we'll read them.
Holy shit.
I know. I only watched the Nakamura match, which opened for some dumb reason, and the KO versus AJ match. That's all I cared about. I think everyone felt that way. You're not the only one who has other things going on during WWE shows. I also keep the mute button ready to change the channel, especially during Raw. I stopped watching Raw. I can't do it. It's like, it's too long. It's not good. Where's Bum Bums? Bum Bums, Snake Eyes. Bum Bums comes on Friday night, Japan time. So that's what, Thursday morning?
Thursday morning.
Friday? No, it's Friday morning. It's Friday morning.
Friday morning. Yeah.
Bum Bum is scheduled to be on Fridays because of real life. Let's see. Austin Aries is awesome. You know, all of a sudden we've become like the only podcast that hates Austin Aries.
And we don't even hate?
I do. I don't know. He's just completely average. I mean, I'm more disappointed in Austin Aries.
Warning, do not enter the...
What the fuck?
Are you watching porn?
I got like a random pop-up just fucking...
I hate Sami Zayn. His personality pisses me off. I don't know if he has a personality. He just comes out happy.
No, he's the kid in elementary school that everybody hated because he reminded the teacher there was no homework.
I've heard a rumor that Becky isn't resigning when her contract's up. Should be interesting. Women's wrestling is boring. They don't belong in wrestling ring. They belong in the kitchen.
Oh,
my
God.
You know what? I would disagree with that tremendously if it wasn't for that six-man tag. That six-man tag was horrible. By the way, I sent you a match on Twitter. By the way, Matt's and Eagle is one of two women Minami Toyota in the USA. All right.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm falling asleep. What happened with Rusev? He asked for a title match at Money in the Bank, and he's not in the title match. Also, not in the Money in the Bank match. I don't know. He's probably just taking time off, and they're trying to do some gimmick of, I don't know. It's like, yeah, Snake Eyes. He's probably going to interfere in the main event and cost Randy the title. Best match of the weekend was the WWE UK Championship match. That was awesome. I think we all agree. All right. It's getting really late, so let's break down LoganMania, but you do 90% of the talking.
Yeah. I mean, you want to just read off the results and all?
Yeah. All right. So down below, we'll also put links if we remember, but down below we have it. The quick results from LoganMania 3. Pre-show, Jake Jones defeats.
Real quick before we go through the results, I'm also doing a deal on the site. You can buy LoganMania 3 and the last show, which was Breakdown, which is probably our 2 best shows ever. Both DVDs for $20.
Gotcha.
Oh no, $15.
Gotcha. Sweet.
I'm like haggling with myself. Fine, fucking $10. No, $15.
See, I know this is going to sound, I don't know if this is racist. It's one of those things that you don't even know it's racist anymore. See, haggling, that seems more like an Indian culture because you go to the shops and you just like yell and be like, what?
Yeah, I'm the Jinder Mahal of Brawl USA.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is too, like, I remember going to shit, I have a brain fart. I remember going to India and I fucking bought something. It was like, I don't know, a t-shirt or something. I don't remember what I bought. And my Indian friend's like, you fucking idiot, you didn't even haggle. I was like, what do you mean? And he went in and haggled and got the same exact product for I don't know, 70% cheaper. And I was like, oh fuck, I didn't know that's how it rolled. Shit, I'm just an asshole who paid the price.
So yeah, let's go down. Let's break it down.
All right. Pre-show, Jake Jones defeated Tano. Taino.
Jake Jones is still very green. He came in, he did the seminar with Ophidian, so I chose him to do a pre-show match because of his progress in the seminar. Couldn't think of the word. Taino is kind of a stable in Brawl. He's a main roster guy. He's also coincidentally my best friend in personal life. The storyline of this is basically Taino is very upset that he doesn't get opportunities to wrestle guys like Ophidian, to wrestle guys like Aaron Epic. He's kind of stuck in the lower card, and there's a reason he loses all the time. So this whole match, he basically was just calling me out left and right, which kind of makes him look like an asshole because I'm in a wheelchair and I can't get in the ring. So
did you just pull out the wheelchair card?
No, but it's true. You're gonna call a guy out who can't even fucking get in the ring to confront you?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna call you out right now. Get in the ring.
You know what I mean? You don't, as a wrestling fan, you know who he's calling out. You know what I mean? Like, people know who I am. I try not to be the owner of a wrestling show that's like, here I am, I'm fucking center stage all the time.
I always like the indie promoters that hated Vince Russo but always acted like Vince Russo.
I don't do that. I don't. But at the same time, I police my shows. I'm around asking the fan, like, oh, what do you like? What do you not like about this show? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know. I want feedback. So the fans know who I am. The fans, again, and I'm not trying to like be that guy, but the fans know I'm in a wheelchair. They know. So when he's calling me out, he looks like a shithead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're a shithead. This guy can't get in the ring to confront you.
I'm gonna call you out. That's my call.
That's fine, but you know what I mean?
I'm gonna call you out to impress the ladies.
Perfect.
Like, Hot Wheels, how fucking dare you? Like, and I want like some big fucking wrestling dude there to be like hitting on her, and then I'll take it on you. I'll be like, Hot Wheels, how can you let this go down? I'm gonna defend my girl's honor.
You know, that was the pre-show. That was a VIP only match. So Jake Jones won out of nowhere, not with an RKO, but with a quick roll up.
All right, yeah, Troy Hollywood defeating Jason Cade.
This match was this was the Okada versus Dolph Ziggler almost. Like, I was almost afraid to put it on first because I was like, fuck, I don't know if the rest of the show can match up with this. After seeing it, I was like, holy shit, this was really good. Jason Cade, if you guys don't know who Jason Cade is, Jason Cade has been starting to go everywhere in the indies. And he actually just got signed to appear at the next PWG show. Which on the indies, that's a big deal on the indies.
Yeah.
PWG is a big deal on the indies, you know? So this match was awesome. This was worth the price of the DVD.
Awesome. Yeah, Carlos Gabriel defeats the Whisper.
I'm going to be honest with this one. It was a little awkward at times because these guys are students, so they're a little green. But this has its moments of like, oh, this is really good. Like these guys are going to be good.
Awesome. The Crummels and Defarge, I'm totally mispronouncing that, defeated the Dynasty.
Yeah, Crummels and Defarge. They're the Chikara tag champions.
Oh, okay. Well, I probably should know who they are.
No, I mean, some people don't watch Chikara. You know what I mean? But they are the Chikara tag champions.
The only time I watch Chikara is when you force me to watch Chikara, or it's free on YouTube. And even when it's free on YouTube, I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a cup of tea. You have to like that style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you love it.
I used to love it a lot more than I do now.
Okay.
I'm just kind of out of the loop with it. But solid tag match. You know, the Dynasty's a fun gimmick. Richie Pepperfield is kind of a stud. He's gonna be something over time.
Yeah. And you got Rhett Giddens defeats OPP and Hound Dog. Is Hound Dog that fucking fat little fucking dude?
What?
I don't know. I remember there was like Puerto Rican Hound Dog or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, wasn't he fat?
I mean, he's heavy.
All right.
He's what we call in wrestling a hoss.
Gotcha.
Am
I going to get my ass kicked by Hound Dog? Is that the moral of the story here?
This match was better than it had any right to be, only because it was supposed to be a four-way. And one of the guys, the competitors, just couldn't make it. They made the best of what they could do. And again, three bigger guys in a three-way is awkward to begin with. We were trying something different, and they did the best they could, and they made something out of it. They hit each other hard, and they beat the shit out of each other.
Awesome. And then one of my fucking, like, I'm going to be honest with you. A, it's like 11:44, and I still have to work out chest. B, I don't know half these people over, even though I fucking used to run Florida Indies. And C, that was very douchey, but very true. And C, John Davis is fucking awesome. So this is like one of the matches I want to see. I saw the fucking GIF of it, fucking suplexes and shit. I thought that was awesome. I love John Davis. I never got to, I guess, book or work with him. Because I hate using the word work with him because it sounds like I'm a wrestler. But I never got to, I guess, work with him. But John Davis has always been a big fan of him. Like, even when I saw the card, I was like, oh, fuck, you guys got John Davis?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I've been friends with John for a long time. I've known John since he started, basically. So, again, when I get the chance to work with him, it's awesome. I love it. And he, in the beginning of Taino's career, he kind of, like, took Taino under his wing because Taino was a good kid, and he did things the right way. And he came to this show because Taino decided he's not going to do things the right way anymore, and John doesn't agree with it. So that's kind of the story behind the match. And if you enjoy guys getting the shit kicked out of them, like just brutalized.
I do. I'm a big fan of that. As long as it's not me. I don't know if that makes me a coward. I like seeing someone get this shit kicked out of them if it's not me.
This is the match that you need to watch then. Because I swear to Christ, he said he doesn't, but I'm pretty sure Taino owes John Davis money.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
Like, this match was just like, fuck, like, John Davis hates Taino and his family.
Yeah.
I know at one point in the match, Taino said to John, I can't feel my chest from the chops.
That's awesome.
Which John took as, okay, well, then I can fucking hit you even harder.
You're like,
So
you can't feel it as well.
Fucking chest. And it was disgusting. Like, I was just like, I felt bad booking the match. Like, as a booker, dude, did you ever book a match that somebody got beat so bad that you were like, I kind of feel bad about this?
I don't know.
You got to remember.
There's been times where, I don't know, I'm pretty much a fuckface about that shit.
I know, but you got to remember, Dave.
I don't remember. Like, I remember we used to have the students, and the students got beat up pretty bad.
Taino and his family are legitimately our best friends.
Yeah.
He has 2 daughters that call us aunt and uncle.
I'm just a dick.
I was in the room, or actually Samantha was in the room when his daughter was born.
Gotcha. And you're seeing him get shit kicked out of him.
His wife was in the crowd watching her husband get the shit kicked out of her. So imagine you booked a match of me versus somebody else, and I was just getting the ever-living shit kicked out of me.
See, I think it makes me a bad person. I don't care. Like, if you...
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would, because my mom was there.
Oh, well, I do love your mom.
Exactly. Anyway, when I post the DVD or when I put it up on the network, this is a match to watch.
Yeah. I love your mom, like, in both ways, in both contexts. Like, I love her if she was my mom. I'd also love her if she was my wife. I'm okay either way. I don't know how your dad feels about that, but I love your mom.
I'll just start calling you Dad.
All right. The Ugly Ducklings defeat Jim Nasty Brothers. I have no idea what the fuck is going on, James. Explain.
These are North Carolina guys, actually, that came in for this show. Ugly Ducklings are everywhere now. Like, they're becoming like indie mainstays and like everywhere. And this match, I swear to God, again, this is a Florida crowd that doesn't know these guys whatsoever. And within within a minute and a half of their entrance, the crowd was so fucking behind the Ugly Ducklings, it was ridiculous. And like, it's exactly what you think it is. It's kind of like they come out and they start quacking and they do the get the crowd in a big circle, hands in, and they do the Mighty Ducks thing, the quack, 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 quack.
That's the greatest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life.
And the crowd after that just eats them up.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know what I mean? My nephew is 9 years old and never have seen. He's a wrestling fan. He likes wrestling. He likes coming to Uncle James's wrestling shows and watching. But he's never seen the Ugly Ducklings a day in his life. And within 35 seconds of their music hitting and them coming out, he was standing on his chair screaming quack.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome and fun, to be honest.
It's amazing. The match is amazing. So.
And then the match that I look forward to, I fucking love Aaron Epic. You got Aaron Epic versus Jakaros, and I'm going to slaughter this, but I always slaughter it. Ophidian.
No, you got it.
All right. And Aaron Epic win the title. Aaron Epic is the Brawl USA's Kana. I'm just a big fanboy. Don't tell me when Aaron Epic's going to lose, because I'm just be like, Brawl USA is stupid.
Aaron Epic has already lost the belt, but retained it in the same night.
Oh, well, then I forgive you. And plus, I probably didn't watch that event.
He is the Brawl USA Kana. He's been champion for over 1,000 days.
Yeah, I love Aaron Epic.
He's also champion in 2 other promotions. He's a 3-time champion right now. 3-time heavyweight champion.
Dude, Aaron Epic. Can I just put over Aaron for a second?
Yeah.
Dude, being a booker and a promoter is a real pain in the fucking dick because people are fucking dumb. And like, there's people like I put them up there with Legion Cage. There's 2 people that literally you can have a 5-second conversation and you'll do exactly what you want exactly at the time. Legion Cage, Aaron Epic. Like, you can go to Aaron Epic and be like, I want an awesome 2-minute match. Gotcha. I want a fucking long, drawn-out 28-minute match or a fucking 98-minute match. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, all right, if you go talk to someone who's a little more difficult, Ralph Mosca, that's like a 4-day conversation, and you might get 25% of what you wanted. You know what I mean? You're just like, fuck it. We got 25% of what we wanted. That's pretty good for Ralph. But when it comes to Aaron Epic, you can be like, okay, I want 12 minutes, this, and this, hit this, and it will be exact. He's like the ultimate fucking professional like that. And he's just a great fucking wrestler. And it's one of those guys, and I'm not fucking knocking Aaron Epic or you. He deserves to be a hell of a lot higher than he is. He's by far the most professional wrestler I've ever worked with. Like, down to it. You didn't have to worry about an Aaron Epic match. And it didn't matter where he was on a card. It did not fucking matter. If he was in the main event, he would deliver. If he was in a 5-minute match, he would fucking deliver. I'm a huge fan of Aaron Epic. And hopefully the world will know more about him. And plus, he's the only Florida indie guy besides Cahagas. And the only reason we had Cahagas because the NWA title. That was in our stupid booking game, Dream. By the way, go watch KocoSports Dream. Like 90% of that fucking roster is now WWE. I'd like to say we're fucking. I'm gonna give myself a Barry Horowitz. But yeah, did it live up to my fanboy hype when I watched this on Brawl USA? Did it live up to my fanboy hype?
Lucha, hard hits, hypnotizing, people dancing. It was a great main event.
Awesome. Check it out on brawlusa.com, and you have a network. Where can we see this?
brawlusa.pivotshare.com. I'm gonna work on getting a shorter URL, like a domain for that, for the network.
I wonder if we still own Combat TV.
Huh?
But I own the Combat TV domain name. I'll point it towards there.
Yeah, but real quick, the irony of there was only 2 Florida guys in your Dream thing.
Yeah.
And it was Epic and Cahagas, you said?
Yeah, another reason Cahagas, because in the game he had the NWA title. So we only really hired Cahagas for the NWA title.
Epic was trained by Cahagas.
Well, it makes sense. But Aaron Epic fucking gypped us. He fucking really tried to fucking screw us on price. Did you mention that about Aaron Epic?
No, I forgot. And it's funny because you're like, Epic was great for everything we needed. Epic's one of the few guys that doesn't mind doing the travel for a 5-minute match.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. The booking game, fucking Aaron Epic's a dick. I want an apology. I want to get the real Aaron Epic to apologize for fucking a simulation. I remember I was going to call the video game programmer. I was going to call the guy who programmed it and be like, bullshit, I know Aaron Epic. He wouldn't fucking hold me up for cash.
To be 100% fair, Aaron Epic is 100% of a dick in real life. Don't get me wrong. I love Aaron Epic. Aaron Epic is as close to family as you can get. Like me and you, Epic is also like as close as family. I've known Epic since he's gonna punch me in the face. I've known Epic since his wrestling name was Shifty, and he wrestled in golf shorts and a T-shirt.
Wasn't he a number like Shifty 13?
No, he was just Shifty.
Oh, that was like us making fun of him, right?
Probably. But
I remember us always be like, whatever, Shifty 13.
But I've known Epic for like 14, 15 years. And
all I'm saying is it's bullshit. He would not hold me up for cash. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I want to call a video game programmer. Be like, listen, dude, here's real Aaron Epic. Because the thing is, I thought about doing it because A, it would be fucking nerdy and funny as fuck. But B, what would like the programmer think? Like, dude, just leave me the fuck alone. I don't even know Aaron. You know what I mean?
What? And actually, another funny moment about Aaron Epic being a dick. He basically, I said something to him, and he was like, "I will fucking knock you out of your wheelchair right now." Legitimately, one of the only people I believe.
Yeah. Well, Aaron Epic, like, you ever fucking slap the wrong fucking person and then pay for it later? I did that because, like, okay, first off, I have anger issues, or I did. I'm finding inner peace. I had anger issues, and I went to, I think it was your show, ASW, maybe Brawl USA. I don't know what you were running under the banner.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, bro, I got to go to anger management classes. Like, why? I was like, dude, I just slapped the fucking cop. And the cop was like, what the fuck? And he's like, I'm telling a story. I was like, because the cop went to go reach for my ID, so he says, and I slapped his hand fucking away. And, you know, if you want to say white privilege, go right to fucking head, because he was just shocked. He's like, did this motherfucker just slap my hand? Like, it was a moment of confusion. I'm sure, like, nowadays he just beat the fucking living shit out of me. And he's just like, bro, I'm going to give you a speeding ticket, but you're going to need to go to anger management classes. I was like, dude, you don't fucking reach in on someone. And Epic's like, I was like, yeah. He's like, so you slapped the cop? I was like, yeah, but it wasn't that hard. And Epic's like, all right, let's recreate it. And I fucking slapped Epic, but like the same way I slapped the cop. And he goes, holy fuck, dude, how the fuck did he beat your ass? And then like Aaron Epic's like, this motherfucker just slapped me. And like he just beat the shit out of me with a fucking back chop. And I was a bitch about it. It wasn't my proudest moment.
Back chops hurt, especially from him.
Yeah. But yeah. Because like he was just like, oh, how hard did you slap him? And I was like, well, wow. Because you know, I did that. Fucking yeah, I had to go to anger management. They're like, oh, fucking, you can't slap cops. I'm like, bitch, you shouldn't fucking reach in on me. No one fucking understood me. But I'm lucky I'm not dead. So nowadays I'd probably be dead and be like on fucking YouTube. So
yeah, you'd probably be the new Rodney King.
Yeah. Let's read these last live comments and wrap this up because I gotta go do chest.
Yes, sir.
Dragon Rider 951. I don't want to watch SmackDown anymore now that Jinder's champ. I just don't care. I see no difference between Jinder and Randy Orton. Wrestling Ranton says break it down. Thank you, Wrestling Ranton. Everybody go check out Wrestling Ranton. His show is awesome.
Yeah.
And Ole says hello. And you know, Wrestling Ranton's the only show I watched while I was gone. Yeah, here's the only YouTube show I watched. I like Wrestling Ranton. Ole says, LOL, haggling for your friend. I give you best price. Yeah. Yep.
Wrestling Ranton, if you're still watching right now, if I sent you a Brawl DVD, would you review it?
All right, we'll find out. If not, we can send him on Twitter. He's at Twitter at Wrestling Ranton.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'd be cool. All right. I think that's it. Plug your stuff one more time. I'll plug some stuff, and we'll wrap this bad boy up.
Not much to plug. Just brawlusa.com, brawlusa.pitchshare.com, youtube.com / it's Brawl Wrestling, but wrestling is spelled wrong. It's also Brawl _USA at Twitter and Brawl USA on Instagram.
So be there. Check out KocoSports.net. Nothing really has changed. But, you know, we're going to rebuild KocoSports.net. That's your thing. We're always rebuilding. KocoSports.net is the Tampa Bay Rays of websites. We're always rebuilding. And if you want to help me out, dude, know what'd be awesome? I wrote this book, and I have a publisher, and they're going to publish another book. But I have to sell a lot. I'll have to sell a lot of these books because they paid a lot of money to a lot of people. So if you don't buy the book, they're going to break my legs. That's the whole story. Check out Amazon. It's Operation Freak Show by Dave Koco and Ray Fisher. Please do check it out. It's basically about, I'm trying to sum it up. It's pretty dark, but it's about assassins that turn vigilantes. They put on luchador masks and go around killing pedophiles, and then it gets crazy from there. Because, you know, the beginning part was sane. It gets crazier and crazier. And
I got it for Christmas, and I didn't hate it.
Yeah, well, that's the best review you can get. But yeah, definitely check it out. Dude, we might be up for an award. And I kid you not, I don't know how to take the award. Fucking, there's like a book blog. There's a book blog. No, there's a book blog, and it's such a weird award to be up for. But you're like, I'm such a beginner writer. I'm like, yeah, I'm for it. We might be nominated for an award called the best book no one read, and I was like, all right, I'm on board. Sign me up.
No, that's a good award. That's kind of like the best restaurant you've never heard of.
Yeah. So maybe some people will buy it. So, and like, comment, subscribe. We plan on doing a lot more of these, and we plan on doing a lot of stuff. We just don't do it. So hopefully we'll do it. Yeah. Because I want the site and channel to be awesome again. We used to be awesome. That's like my slogan in life. My slogan in life right now, in every aspect, is I used to be awesome, and I hope to be awesome again. Come along for the ride. That's pretty fair. That's how I pick up my women at bars. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Operation Freak Show on Amazon, KocoSports.net, Wrestling Rantin, and BrawlUSA.com. We'll be back in 2-ish days. I don't think there'll be a show tomorrow because I'm going to play basketball, but most likely there'll be a show. Because, dude, I love basketball, but there's certain things in life that I'm horrible at and love. Basketball, bowling, and the video game Street Fighter 2. I put in so much time of my life into those 3 things, and I'm horrible at all of them. I love basketball. Basketball does not love me. For how much I love basketball and how much I play, I am fucking horrible. And a lot of people are like, oh, no, you're just being funny. You're being fucking humble. You're being modest. I am garbage. Like, absolute garbage. And I play with, like, college kids, high school.
You're no Sean Kemp, what you're saying.
Yeah, but, like, skip his 90s career. Like, I'm Sean Kemp if he never had an NBA career. I'm like Sean Kemp right now.
Oh, you're like the Sean Kemp that played for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, but he never had the Seattle moment.
Oh.
Dude, I'm horrible. But, dude, I love basketball. And the thing is, like, I play with, like, professional women, professional men, college and high school kids. And, dude, it's so fun. But I'm so fucking horrible. So goddamn horrible. So, yeah. Because this might come as a shock. Professional basketball players are really good. I don't know if you know that, but they're really good. And I'm not. But I have nice shoes. And that's all that matters. I bought a new pair of shoes, and that's all I talk about. They're like, what's your best part of your game? I'm like, because I got like the 80s retro remake fucking Nikes.
Nice.
Yeah. So I look a lot better when I suck. I used to have like $5 Chinaman shoes. And yeah, but now I wear fucking remade Nikes, I guess. I don't know how. Retro Nikes. Is that it?
Yeah.
So I suck, but I got some nice shoes. But at the end of the day, ain't that all that matters? And bowling. I've heard how much I bowl and how much I play Street Fighter 2. I'm horrible at those things. It's like I wasted my life playing basketball, bowling, and the others. Probably podcasting. I probably wasted my life, period. but basketball, I've not improved at all. I'm so bad at basketball, but I love it. Is there something that you love, but you're horrible at it?
Sex.
Yeah. Well,
was that not an acceptable answer?
No, it was. I was trying to think of something witty, and I had nothing. I was just like, that's kind of sad. Like, I was like, say something witty, and like, I got nothing. Yeah. Oh well. You know, at least you keep trying to get better.
Walking.
Do you have retro shoes though? I bet you'd look a lot better having bad sex if you had retro shoes.
I mean, I'm pretty bad at walking at the moment. I used to like to walk.
That's a wheelchair joke.
Yep.
Anyway, if you like wheelchair jokes, like, comment, subscribe. And with that, you know someone, dude, and the weird part is, when we get popular, so many people are going to get offended by this stupid shit we talk about.
Probably.
Good thing we're not popular. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. And with that, I am over.